I think we can all agree that it was a pretty bad week for referees, this one. So let's go into our first moment of the week, whereby Golden Arrows was hosting Kaizer Chiefs at Moses Mabhida Stadium. We're gonna see Kaizer Chiefs scoring a goal here and the linesman judging it offside. So we'll interpret this incident in line with Law 11, offsides in the FIFA laws, to see whether this was a correct decision or an incorrect decision, right? So we see here beautiful combination play by Kaizer Chiefs. Pule Modi and Mdu Shabalala combining there. We see Mdu Shabalala giving the ball to Pule Modi inside the box, and then Pule Modi trying to play a pass to Dupree. But in the process, the Golden Arrows defender there does well by denying Dupree from receiving the ball. But unfortunately for the Golden Arrows defender, as he tries to clear the ball, it actually bounces off Dupree, and then it goes to Mdu Shabalala, who then puts it in the back of the net, right? But let's have a look at what happened here in order to judge whether this was an offside or not, right? According to FIFA Law 11. So Pule Modi plays the ball to Dupree. Unfortunately, the defender, as you can see there, he tries to clear the ball, but he miscues it. The ball deflects off Dupree, who doesn't know what's happening. He's unaware where the ball is as he's looking towards his left, and the ball bounces off or deflects off his right leg, and then in the process it goes to Mdu Shabalala, who then wins the battle against the Golden Arrows defender. Then he puts it in the back of the net, right? But what does the law say about this particular incident? So Mdu Shabalala is in an offside position, right? But when Pule Modi plays the ball was not intended for Mdu Shabalala, it was intended for Dupree. Then what happens here is that the Golden Arrows defender tries to play the ball. Unfortunately, he miscues it. It deflects off Dupree, and then it goes to Mdu Shabalala, right? Who then scores. So according to FIFA Law 11, the fact that the Golden Arrows defender tried to play the ball actually cancels Mdu Shabalala's offside. I hope you got that. The fact that the Golden Arrows defender deliberately tries to play the ball and he touches the ball, it actually cancels the offside. The fact that the ball bounces off Dupree or deflects off Dupree, it doesn't count. The fact that the defender, Golden Arrows defender, played the ball, right, cancels the offside. So it puts Mdu Shabalala in an onside position. So according to FIFA Law 11, this goal should have been allowed. It is a clear goal. So the officials got it wrong in this case. Golden Arrows benefited, Kaizer Chiefs was robbed. Let's go to the next one. So here we see Shalulile getting a penalty for Mamelodi Sundowns, and then he puts it in the back of the net. Congratulations to him for being the all-time top goal scorer in the PSL era with 130 goals, just one above Belenomvete, who's sitting at 129, right? But let us look at the penalty call by the referee on the day, right? Was this supposed to be a penalty? Was it not supposed to be a penalty? We see Sundowns on the attack, right? I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's Modiba who plays a pass to Shalulile. Shalulile then gets fouled by Molosane, and then Shalulile goes to the ground. And the referee, without hesitation, says penalty, right? But let's see what happens here, right? So as you can see, the foul starts to occur outside the box, right? It occurs outside the box and Shalulile falls into the box, right? So, what does the law say about penalties? Right? What does the law say about penalties? So, a foul needs to take place either on the line or inside the penalty area. And then here we clearly see that the foul occurred outside the box. Clearly it's outside the box. It's no doubt a foul, definitely a foul, which should have been awarded as a direct free kick to Mamelodi Sundowns. But in this case, it was given as a penalty, which was an incorrect decision by the referee. This should not have been a penalty. So, incorrect decision by the referee. Sundowns benefited. Bad decision by the referee. Let's go to the next one. So, Orlando Pirates took on Orbit College at Orlando Stadium during the week. Now, we see Orbit College pushing to get an equalizer in the 90th minute of the game, right? So, as you can see there, Shandu is trying to defend or block the Orbit College attack, right? But unfortunately, the attacker was a little bit quick, right? Unfortunately for Shandu, the attacker was a little bit quick for him. So as you can see there, the attacker turns Shandu and then goes into the box. As he gets into the box, he gets fouled. And look at the referee, he says goal kick. He had clear sight of the incident as it took place inside the 18-yard area. But was this supposed to be a penalty or not? Let's have a look at it nicely here. Right? As you can see, Ushandu has got his left arm getting ready to be wrapped around the Orbit attack. Both players are inside the box at this moment. Right? And then Ushandu has got his left arm already wrapped around the Orbit attacker. Now he's bringing his right arm there. And then in the process, he puts his weight on the Orbit attacker. And the Orbit attacker, rightfully so, goes to the ground. Right? And then as soon as Shandu realizes that, hey, I've already caused enough damage here, let me raise my hands up to plead innocent. Right? And everybody knows that if you foul an opponent inside your 18-yard area, it is a penalty. This is not subject to interpretation. This was supposed to be given as a penalty. Fouls and misconduct, law 12, says that if you impede an opponent, put your hands on an opponent and try to block their movement, it's considered a foul. So this should have been a penalty awarded to Orbit College for a foul inside the 18-yard area. So in this case, Orlando Pirates benefited. And Orbit College should have been awarded a penalty for a foul inside the 18-yard area. Right? Let's go to the next one. Let's look at this particular moment where Pule Modi is on the attack. And then he seems to have pushed the ball a little bit too far from him. And then Usales slides in and then excellently wins the ball. Right? He excellently wins the ball. I would say that was a clean tackle. Right? And then we move it forward. We see Usales cutting in. And then behind him, there is Uduba, the controversial Duba. Right? Like this boy, highly skilled, talented. But yeah, that's a discussion for another day. So Uduba goes in behind Usales, who is in control of the ball. But the manner in which Duba attacks Usales, it's reckless, malicious, and careless. It actually endangers the safety of the opponent. And then in this particular case, he lunges from behind under Law 12, fouls and misconduct. This should have been penalized, and Duba should have received a red card for this challenge. Firstly, because it's a reckless challenge. He lunges in from behind. He endangers the safety of another player. And under Law 12, he should have been penalized with a red card. So in this case, Duba was actually fortunate to have received a yellow card from the referee for this reckless challenge on Sales. Incorrect decision by the referee. One of the pandemics in the Betway Premiership officiating is when it comes to offside. Linesmen and referees, oftentimes they get offside calls incorrect for the most part, right? So here we see Sundowns on the attack and Reina's getting an opportunity and then taking a shot. He missed it, but he was judged offside by the linesman. So I want us to see what went wrong here. Was this supposed to be an offside or not? Right? Just so we get an understanding of what is it that's so problematic about offsides. Because the linesman there, you can see, is clearly in line with the defense or the line of action, right? And then we see there's Sales challenging for the ball, right? And then as he was about to release it, because that's when you have to start judging the attacking player offside or not, right? But right there, as Sales releases the ball, the linesman says Reynolds is offside. But I want us to draw a line and try to understand exactly why are these officials getting offside calls so wrong for the most part, right? And then I'm going to tilt it a little bit so we can get a clear line to see whether Reynolds was indeed in an offside position or not. Let's get it in a nice straight line, right? So you can see that the Kaizer Chiefs' last defender is actually putting Reynolds in an onside position. Can clearly see that. Whichever way we tilt the line, you can actually see that he's putting Reynolds in an onside position, right? But the fact that this was judged offside is actually concerning, because these types of decisions, they keep happening over and over and over again. And it's becoming a pandemic. It's becoming problematic, because clearly there Usales was in an onside position. He should not have been charged offside. And had he scored, I mean, Sundowns would have been denied a legitimate goal, right? So incorrect decisions by the referee and the linesman in this particular case.